Alrighty. It's Friday.
Oh, hey, there are people here.
Hey,
Hi.
y'all. Happy Friday.
Hey, guys.
Hi, friends. What's up? Still connecting to audio. The technology.
Good old technology. What's up, Danny?
Hi, Emily.
Happy Friday, y'all. It's the end of the week.
Yay.
Thanks for joining.
No, we got some more people showing
Nice.
up.
Nice.
Cool.
How's everybody doing? What are you drinking? Where are you calling in from? What's going on?
Tell us about everything in your life. All in 10 seconds.
Coffee, Ohio. I'm tired. This has been a long week for me.
Perfect.
I'm drinking water in Minneapolis.
Nice.
There you
I'm
go.
also drinking water in Wisconsin.
Neighbors, right? Wisconsin, Minnesota, right? Neighbors? Yeah, okay.
It would only take us about 2 hours to drive to each other.
Nice.
I preemptively enjoyed a matcha from New York.
Very cool.
Preemptive matcha. I'm like,
Yeah.
why was it preemptive? Trying to formulate the puzzle in my mind. Why was it preemptive?
Well, I just drank it before the meeting. It's 12:30 here, so I needed it earlier.
Consumed my beverage.
Cool. Well, welcome everyone. Happy Friday. See some new faces and some familiar faces. So welcome.
Hi, welcome.
Yeah. So for those who are new here, my name is Mark. I'm one of the co-founders of Climate Designers. And yeah, welcome to Coffee Break, our weekly gathering on Fridays, just to, talk and hang out and meet each other and share updates and all that stuff. So, and then Sarah, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hello. I am also one of the co-founders of Climate Designers, and 100% awkward, but it's totally cool.
Awesome. Yeah, and so we do these just to, like I said, share some updates and then just kind of get into conversation. But in terms of updates, Sarah, I think really the only update on my end, and I think I've shared this once or twice already in previous coffee breaks, but yeah, Sarah and I are really doubling down, figuring out this whole co-op model for climate designers. We're geeking out on all things co-ops. And so we had a really great call this week with this gentleman who works for the Small Business Development Center. It's a national organization. Every state has their own representative because every state has their own particular flavors around small businesses and things like that. And so we got connected to through our buddy Matthew, who lives in New York. So hence the guy in New York, but he's going to hook us up with some other people. But yeah, we got really excited talking to him about the possibilities of turning climate designers into a co-op. So stay tuned for that.
By the way, that organization that Mark just mentioned is a tax-funded organization that will provide business coaching to small business starters for free because it's paid for by tax, which totally exists. I had no idea, and I just wanted to call that out in case anyone was ever thinking like, I have to be able to pay a business coach, and I'm, like I don't have any money yet because I haven't started my business. Like that catch-22. There are solutions for that out there, and I was just blown away by that.
I wanted to mention that I'm actually an advisor with our local Small Business Development Center. It's in Lorain County Community College here in Ohio. And cool. So if anybody's curious before they jump in, you can always ask me. But yeah, it is really amazing because all of our advisors have their own certain specialty. So, there's one that's dedicated to marketing, there's one for HR, one for accounting. So you can really get help in all those different areas of your business.
Wow, what are the odds? That is so cool that you're here.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Very cool. So I guess that's really the only update I have, Sarah. I don't know if you have anything on your end.
Yeah, we're really looking at what is the business model. Right now Climate Designers is just a project of Mark and my LLC, So it really needs to be its own thing and bring in its own revenue and be able to pay its own team to really get up and to get moving. And so that's what we're looking at right now. Like we were thinking, like, what kind of business is it? Is it a nonprofit? Is it a trade association? Is it, now we're looking at this co-op model, because I really think that that's the business of the future, where the people who, put in the work to make it grow and make it a success should be the people who have a stake in the game. So we're learning about that.
Yes.
Good morning from Boise.
Uh-oh, don't get Sarah started on Idaho.
Hey.
Hey, Christine, good to see you again.
Good to see you guys too. I just got back from a very epic vacation in Belize for 2 weeks. So I am still in island mode. Well, I guess it was technically part land, part island.
Island mode for life.
Nice, I know. Sailing for a week. Highly recommend it. For anyone who's never been, it's a beautiful country. Very, very welcoming.
Very cool. I want to call out Olivia. I see that you're on the call. Olivia is one of our chapter leaders from Boston, and I know you just had your event. It was last night, right?
Yes. It was super great. It was a small group, but it was discussion based. So honestly, it was like perfect, the size. We ended up like not having enough time. Like I think we almost could have done like 2 hours or an hour and a half, but don't want to ask that of people. But yeah, we just did kind of like an intro meet and greet. It was kind of like a re-kickoff of the Boston chapter. I know that it had some livelihood before, but it kind of died out. And so this was our first event, and we had 4 people who had never joined before. It was their first engagement with climate designers, a combination of like people that we had reached out to. And then there was like one guy who just found climate designers through Instagram. So a random group. And we used Figma. It's sort of like Mural, and did like a brainstorming about just like, talking about our biggest concerns and what we want to learn about, and then did like a little brainstorming about what we want the chapter to look like. And there were tons of good ideas. So we ended on that. We only had like 5 minutes in the brainstorm, and there were so many ideas. So but just between like introducing everyone, talking about what climate designers is, and we just all got to chatting so much that by the time we got to the actual point of the event, it was almost time for it to end. But even within that like last 5-10 minutes, we got a lot of good ideas. So we need to the leaders are going to have a debrief next week and talk about like how to implement any of these ideas or some of these ideas. And some of them are related to kind of like the co-op idea of like, could we be like this bank of designers that locally or globally people can come to do climate design work, whether paid or volunteer, and then like engaging with other local organizations. There were some like ideas for like different events like hackathons, where we like come up with all kinds of new ideas together. So yeah, it was super inspiring and exciting, and hopefully these people who joined will join again. But at least one of them I saw went on logged onto Mighty Network last night, so we got one new person out of it.
Oh, so very cool.
Least. Yeah, but it was super fun. It went well. So yeah, I think we were all pretty inspired.
Nice, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, so climate designers have chapters around the globe. Actually, we have a number of them in the U.S. We have one in India, one in the UK, Latin America, Germany, I think, and and so these chapter leaders, do events that are centered around their city, town, region, and like what Olivia said, they kind of dusted off Boston, kind of a restart of Boston. So we have a number of chapter leaders on the call. We have Sasha, who's part of the Midwest chapter, as well as our community engagement person. Sasha's been doing some great stuff with us.
Oh, hi, guys.
We have Danny in Western New York, Rachel in LA. Am I missing anyone? Is that everyone? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, chapters are a great thing. If you're interested in starting a chapter in your town, city, region, let me know. Happy to walk
Yeah,
you
if
through
you're
it.
sitting here like saying, wait, why doesn't my town have a chapter? I like to say that it's probably because you haven't started it yet. And I also wanted to call out, Charlene, you don't have to turn your camera on because I think it's probably really late at night there if you don't want to. But Charlene, are you still in India? And thank you for joining.
Hi, I actually got out of India in March and I'm visiting my sister in Muscat, Oman. So wow. It's 8:40 p.m. here. But yeah, I just wanted to come in and say hi. I'm actually trying to multitask right now because work Zooms are also going on. And I'm like, can I try and listen to two things at the same time? It's an experiment.
Well, thank you for joining. I really appreciate hearing from you. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. But I'm definitely going to try and be, find these opportunities a little more. Yeah, work calls were supposed to end 15 minutes ago. So I'm hoping that'll happen soon so that I can be fully present. But hi, everyone.
Well, thanks for joining. So yeah, I don't know if anyone else wants to share out any updates, news, anything they're working on. I can talk forever, so I'm gonna not and shut up.
Well, for the Midwest chapter, Olivia, I'm probably gonna ask you for some ideas because we have a brainstorm activity coming up, which I'm excited about. Our first event was the trivia game, which was really fun and got, we were just trying to get people interested and excited. But our next event is actually we're going to try to plan some activities and ideas for the rest of the year and see what everyone's interested in. So yeah, is anyone else here besides Erica from Midwest area? Which is like, Emily, where are you from?
I'm in Minneapolis. I think I actually joined the Midwest chapter. I went to a website and I did a thing, but this is my first actual interaction with climate designers. So all new.
Welcome. Hey. I love it. I went to a website and did a thing. That's what I remember.
We have our chapter circle in Mighty Networks, which we're trying to do communication through there. Eric and Alex are two other co-leads with me.
This is also my first ever interaction with climate designers. I met Lindsay yesterday, and she's trying to start the Seattle chapter, or maybe she already has, I don't know, where she is in the process. So she told me that she comes to these a lot and I should stop by. So hello.
Welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thanks.
Cool.
Hey everybody, I'm Morgan. I'm from Cincinnati, so Midwest. And this is my first interaction with climate designers too.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming.
Morgan, join our Midwest event coming up.
Yeah, totally. That sounds awesome.
I'll send you a message about it.
I wish I knew about this when I lived in Cincinnati.
I think this year is kind of the first year Ohio is participating in the Midwest chapter. Like it was I guess last year it was like Illinois, Indiana, Minneapolis based.
Yeah.
Still debating whether Oklahoma's Midwest or not. Not from here, but I live here.
Affiliate, you could just start your own chapter. Say screw it.
Oklahoma
and just
City.
Have your own. Yeah, there you go.
Just me by myself.
No, I'm sure there's other designers over there that are down to start something. Yeah.
Could start one here in Boise and it would be me and Chloe.
Yeah.
That would be it.
Nice. Speaking of events, and speaking of Alex, one of the Midwest chapter leaders, long story short, we're gonna put together an event early June for new design graduates. knowing that graduation is an exciting but also scary time for a young designer stepping into the design profession. Sarah and I teach part-time at a design school in San Francisco. And so design education is a passion of ours. And what we're going to do is just have kind of a networking event for these young designers, as well as, we don't know if it's going to be a panel or maybe just kind of a short talk about how they can feel empowered to bring climate specific content or frameworks or processes into their new workplace without feeling awkward or what's the opposite of empowered? Anyway, so if you know of any young designers who are graduating this month, definitely let them know that we're going to be doing something like this. So the event page isn't up yet. Hopefully by next week it'll be. So yeah. Yeah, speaking of events, I just thought I'd share.
Absolutely. Yeah, Morgan says, I'm a new design grad. Not young anymore.
Yeah. Young, new, whatever. Yeah.
Not young anymore, but
where'd you go to school?
I went through an accelerator program.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. I went through the Design Labs program.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I guess I technically am a Design Lab mentor, but I am not doing it right now because I have no time. But it is a great program.
Yeah, it's been really great. Yeah, I'm in the career services phase of it now. So I'm looking around for like my first full-time gig. And yeah, I've been thinking, like, my background is in filmmaking. I was a film editor for 12 years. But like, I've always had just this other side of me that like loves like sustainability and, climate change is really important to me. And I'm thinking like, maybe I should try and focus my efforts like in that direction or just prioritize it a little bit more. So somebody posted in the Slack an article from Design Fund that featured, I think, you guys. So that's how I found the site. And yeah, it's been awesome to meet everybody.
Yeah, thanks for coming. And there are a lot of really great organizations that can use your skills. So I hope that you find a good fit for you.
Morgan, what was where was it that you went to school or studied design? I didn't hear that part.
Design Lab.
Design Lab. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Morgan. So not to put you on the spot, but what would you be interested as a new design grad in terms of maybe the event that I just talked about, or maybe even just climate designers as a whole stepping into this space?
Yeah, I mean, it would be kind of new for me. So I'm just really like throwing the doors open, just looking around in a lot of different places. And I just want to like kind of meet people and just get to know people and find out a little bit more about, what the opportunities are, possibilities are, just really exploring. But I guess I have a passion for just like sustainability, like I guess like waste reduction maybe, and transportation a little bit. We just got an electric car and it's been super great. But yeah, I think it'd be cool to check out that event in June, or sorry, did you say July?
Yeah, it'll be early June. So yeah, just keep an eye out on the Mighty Network platform, newsletter, social. We're gonna blast it out, so you won't miss it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Morgan, I wanted to mention one thing you might want to look into as a new grad is working for not just like a construction company, but an energy services company, because I grew my design. I did not major in any sort of design or marketing. I was an environmental studies major, and I ended up working in different marketing departments. And I really grew at an energy services company, which put together programs for universities and K through 12 schools on energy reduction, water conservation, trying to meet all of those sustainability goals that universities have. And I thought that it was really good for my career. So I could learn. It was, decent money. Because I know that sometimes when, you know, when we first get out, we might take something that's really low paying, especially at nonprofits. It can be really difficult when you have student loans and things like that. Because I struggled with those forever, but that might be something to look into if you're interested in that, you know, energy saving, transportation kind of aspect.
Yeah, that's great advice. Definitely. I'll look into that.
Yeah, I get the feeling, Erica, you are a wealth of knowledge.
It's weird in this group because I come from the other direction where you're all designers who are interested in sustainability, where I thought I would always work in sustainability and I ended up doing some kind of design work. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Erica, that's my deal too. I have a bachelor's in environmental studies.
Yep, that's me.
Ended up in marketing.
Yeah, I know. And my undergrad was environmental studies, in particular urban planning, and then my master's was environmental studies, but I focused in environmental education, but I didn't want to work with kids. I wanted to be like a sustainability coordinator at a university or you know, corporation, and that just didn't happen. So it's just, yeah.
We have similar paths.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, we all walk different paths.
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like I need to do an environmental studies degree in order to do sustainable design work, because I don't think my design background is enough, you know, to bridge that gap. So, you know, we're feeling the same thing from both sides.
Yeah, that's funny.
I think someone was asking recently, I saw a post about if there are courses, like, you know, courses or tutorials on like sustainable design for designers, and if anybody has recommendations for those. I feel like we need more of those. Like I've seen, you know, guides and a few like videos and things, but
there's a really affordable one that's like $30 by Ethical Design Company, and she's like, I forget where she's somewhere on the other side of the world, but her name is, I think, now I forgot her name, but it's Ethical Design Company, and they have a course that's like $30 on Teachable that's on sustainable design.
There's Little Fox Design in Vancouver, on Vancouver Island, actually. They have a very intensive course, and it's actually a lot of bang for the buck. It's $300, but it's like 10 weeks worth of material. So I highly recommend that.
That one's green graphic design specifically.
Sorry?
That one's on graphic design specifically?
Specifically graphic design, yes, with packaging design as well. But there's a lot of just background information too, just about, you know, forestry practices and plastics and so on. Just like, yeah, it's really intense. So highly recommend that one.
That's good.
So you said it's Little Fox Design? Sorry.
Little Fox, yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're
that one in it.
super willing to share as much knowledge as they can, and they have coaching calls every week, and yeah, so there's no way that you can get more information for less money. Yeah.
I think they have a YouTube channel too that has a lot of information. Both Ethical Design and Little Fox do, I think. Anyway, Ethical Design does.
Yeah, thanks for the link.
Yeah, these are great. I always say that learning about, you know, how to be woke in the climate world and figuring out sustainable resources and methods is a lifelong journey. And, you know, we're inventing new things all the time too. So just always be learning. I don't think that we need to stop our work and go back to school in order to do it. I think we can keep working and keep educating ourselves at the same time, because it's just always, there's not a point where you're like, okay, I know everything there is to know, and now I can go out into the world and do work, you know? I think that's the fallacy that we all feel. Maybe it's sort of an insecurity or imposter syndrome or something. Because there's just so much to know, and I don't think that any one person can know it all. I think the best we can do is to just go out into the world and start doing the work and learn as we go.
And Medium actually has great resources, lots and lots of articles on climate design, sustainability, everything you can possibly think of. So if you aren't subscribed to that, that's an idea as well.
Yep. Embrace learning as you go, always.
Curious, like a general breakdown of the type of designers that everybody is in this group. Is it mostly graphic, or like I'm an industrial designer?
It's all over.
It's all over.
Yeah,
I think there's a huge potential for industrial design to make a huge impact. And I want to see more industrial designers and fashion designers for sure. I think we are weaker in those areas just because neither Mark nor I are a fashion designer.
What are you talking about? But yeah, it's all over, from all different industries to young, new to seasoned professionals, self-taught to traditional academic path. Like, I mean, and even non-designers. Like I know of a few like design researchers and people that are kind of on the fringe of design, but they interact with and work with designers too. And they want to kind of, it's like going to a new country. You want to learn the basic language of hi, thank you, where's the bathroom kind of stuff. And so people want to kind of have an understanding of how designers are addressing climate so that they can work with them, whether they're project managers, researchers, etc. So
yeah,
it's a good
have
mix.
to work together. And writers, there's a few writers.
Writers,
that's awesome. UX writers too.
Yeah. I want to call out Ophelia's link that she just sent. It's funny. So Sarah forwarded me the newsletter from Freelancers Union yesterday about this article, Climate Anxiety. And literally before this call, Sarah and I were talking about maybe reaching out to the Freelancers Union organization and doing some sort of something, maybe an event or something around this topic.
Yeah. I saw that in my inbox. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on it, Ophelia?
I guess accurate. I like it. Let me see. Hold on. I think I read so many articles on this. I forget which one this is.
It says, could climate anxiety be causing your creative block, for those who can't see the chat? And climate anxiety is a thing that's been coming up. I joined a book club of the month. And the book is, I think, a field guide to climate anxiety. And I'm looking forward to reading it and discussing it with people. It's on Jointly, so I don't have the link in front of me, but if anyone wants to join me in this book club talking about climate anxiety this month, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody knows about Insight Timer. It's a meditation app, and they actually have a 10-day course on eco anxiety. And it's, definitely also very interesting, tackling that from a meditation standpoint.
Yeah, is it audio only?
So
like an audio course?
Yes. So it's an Insight Timer is the app. I'll put it in the chat here. It's a free app with thousands of meditations.
Yeah, I love Insight Timer.
I like the climate anxiety piece that you shared. I forget how long ago it was, Sarah, but I was talking about both the two takeaways I remember are kind of like how climate anxiety, like it often, like one, how it like shouldn't be an impediment to action, and often also like how it's like intersectional and like, if like you're dealing with other kinds of like systemic oppression, racism, economic oppression, like that those are kind of like climate anxiety becomes like another layer, and like kind of bridging that between like feeling anxious and then like doing something about it, and kind of like keeping in mind like the ways that like it impacts different communities more than others.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Basically, they were kind of theorizing that climate anxiety is sort of the white man's problem or whatever. When you're a privileged person in society, the climate thing is sort of the first time those people have dealt with the existential threat that most other oppressed people have already been dealing with for decades, if not centuries. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I don't know if that's completely true, but if so, you know, maybe that's something to think about. It's really interesting.
Yeah. Well, I want to be mindful of time. We could definitely dive into this topic, but maybe, I don't know, maybe this is a future event. Maybe this is something we talk more about as a community, and just kind of putting a period on the end of that sentence. If any of you have any ideas for events or things that the climate designers community can do or should do, let us know. We're all ears. We're trying to make this into a collaborative community. So all ideas are welcome. But yeah, I want to be mindful of time. Thanks. This was a great meetup. Awesome conversations.
Yeah.
And
great to chat with you all and check
see you all on the Mighty Network platform, on social, and maybe even next Friday.
Yeah. Oh, and we have a global meetup the following Saturday. So people can come and share their work and give feedback. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Talk to you all later. Thanks so much for coming.
Good to meet everyone.